Welcome to the Community Collective Podcast, a flip-flop agent production in collaboration with the Davison Area Chamber of Commerce. I am your host, Johnny B. Good.
Hello, and welcome to a new edition of the Community Collective Podcast. I am Travis Howe, the Executive Director of the Davison Area Chamber, and I'm always excited to be on here and talk to our guest. My co-host, Johnny B. Good, the original flip-flop realtor, is selling some houses today. So I am very fortunate and I get to talk to my friend Michael Barrett again today. Michael, welcome to another edition.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, so I know we recently were able to talk to you a little bit about your business and kind of scam awareness, but today we are really looking forward to talking to you about another area that you are very involved with. So, for people who are learning more about our community, the city of Davison has a downtown development authority, or you will hear us refer to it as the DDA. And Michael plays an important role with that team. So, Michael, one of the first questions that I really want to ask you is how did you become involved with the city of Davison's DDA?
Yeah, absolutely. We moved downtown probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and we obviously moved downtown because of the community, because of the community involvement centered around Main Street, and quickly learned about the DDA after moving here. And it was an organization that promotes businesses. So obviously, I wanted to get involved in that to find out how we could better promote not only our business, but the other businesses downtown. So I joined and got onto the board probably about 2 years ago now. And I've been a board member and one of the chamber or one of the leaders on some of the committees since then.
Yeah, so now what is you talk about the group. So I know
Mm-hmm.
there's quite a few of you guys. What do you guys do at your meetings? What are your focus? You're promoting businesses, but what is one of the main focuses of the DDA, especially over
Absolutely.
your 2 years? Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. On the board currently, there are about 10 members, and the board is an elective term. They're appointed by the mayor, and the board meets and decides essentially what to do with the money that we get from the state and from taxes, and how to better promote and beautify the downtown district. The official tagline for it is to focus on promoting the Davison's historic downtown and increasing community involvement through family-focused events, ongoing beautification efforts, and commitment to Davison's growth. But what that really means is we promote businesses by doing events, by drawing people to the downtown district, and then to make improvements to the downtown district to make it more inviting for people to come down here and shop.
I'm really fascinated. The group that you're part of with the DDA, the
Mm-hmm.
members that are serving on there, are they just random people or are they involved in different areas? Or how, from my understanding, it seems like a lot of them probably, when I've met them, have a business or work downtown or do something like that. Where do most of the
Yeah.
individuals come from that are part of the board?
Most of them are business owners in the downtown district. There are requirements for the different seats. It isn't, like I said, it's an official government board. And most of the members, like I said, are downtown business owners. One is simply a resident that lives within the DDA district, and a couple can be non-residents or non-business owners. So the makeup is a broad variety of people throughout the community.
Okay. Yeah. So now when you guys meet, I know
Mm-hmm.
our downtown has so much history. I know I've had a chance to talk to a few of the business owners, and it's really amazing to see one, you visually see the history, but when you talk to them, a lot of them understand what was there before, or they have old photographs someplace that show you what it used to look like. I think of Harrisville's printing. When you
Yeah,
go in there and talk to
exactly.
Al, it's all the history of it being was I think was at a former church,
Mm-hmm.
and it still has a lot of the stuff in there. Now it's been covered up just for installation purposes or needing to be updated, but that history is still in there, and all these buildings down there have that. And I found that very unique about our downtown is there is all that history. And I'm always fascinated when I've been out to attend your all's meetings. I know you guys talk about that, but you're also planning for the future of downtown,
Right.
trying to build on that history, but also modernize downtown for people to make life a little bit easier, or to get people to come downtown and say, oh, I can park here, or I can possibly someday charge my car down here if they have an electronic vehicle or
Yep.
anything like that.
Something we're actually working on right now.
Oh, so you
I
guys
don't
are
have a
looking at.
lot of the details on the electric charging. I know we've talked to a couple of places that have come out and given us proposals for that. But what a lot of people don't realize is the DDA actually owns most of the parking lots downtown. So the large parking lot behind Shoppers Alley, what it's known for, the parking lot next to or behind Ace Hardware, and the parking lot over on 2nd Street and M15 are all owned and maintained by the Davison DDA. And you spoke of projects. That's one of the projects we're doing currently is we're having all of the parking lots, the holes repaired in them. They've started on that already. They're going to be coming in later this year and not resurfacing them, but recoating them and putting all new lines and stripes on them. So those are some of the projects we do. In the past, the DDA has gotten focused mostly on events. And a couple of years ago, we walked around, or actually last year, we walked around all the businesses asking what they want to see out of the DDA and what the DDA can basically do to help them. And one of the things that we got an overwhelming response or feedback on is to focus more on beautification and making improvements to the downtown as opposed to just focusing on random events. And that's one of the things that we've been trying to shift towards. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is a new project we just started called the Beautification Project, where we're now going to take all the proceeds from the events that we run, and that money is going to go straight into the downtown district. For example, we're going to start working on not the large projects, but the small things that will impact personal businesses, such as helping business repaint the storefronts or helping them improve the sidewalks in front of their building or take care of the flower pods, these type of projects. And we're going to ask the businesses what they would like to see done to help make downtown more inviting to get people to come down and shop around and see what we have to offer. One of the things that we're excited about, and it's one of the things we have on our webpage, davisondda.org, that people can make suggestions of what they would like to see done. And as we get some of the projects under our belt, again, this just got approved. As we get some of the projects under our belt, we'll list what we've done there and some of the upcoming projects as well.
I love that. I think that not only are your team working downtown, involved downtown, but you guys are taking time out of your busy day to interact with your neighbors and ask them, what are you interested in? What do you want to see? I love that. And you
Right.
don't just want the business owners input, you want residents
Oh,
input as well,
absolutely.
just because this is our community that we love, and those businesses want people to come down. And I think
Right.
it's good for people to know that they can have an active role in kind of what goes on downtown, how things look. And when they see you guys, they can ask you, hey, I noticed that pothole got fixed or that sidewalk is getting repaired. And I know when I was downtown the other day, the DPW was down there restriping.
Restriping, yep.
Yeah, which it's just like little things. It makes it safer and look nicer down there. And I love the idea too that your focus now on when you have the events is all that money that is, I'm sure once you meet costs, once you get a little bit of profit, that's just going to be
Yep.
reinvested back downtown to make it nicer for everyone.
Straight back into the community, exactly.
And I think from my understanding, DDA, this is exactly the goal and the mission is to constantly be getting input and investing back in the community, which we love downtown. There's restaurants that we love going to or just enjoying the events, but then also just walking down there just to see people, especially in my
Right.
role as a chamber. I know I've been very fortunate to get to know quite a few people and keep looking forward to meeting more. But that gives me a better idea now. And I think a lot of
Right.
our listeners, what our Downtown Development Authority is doing.
And we've had a lot of people come up to us and say, hey, we would like to help, or we've noticed there's trash along the street, or this, or what can I do to help? And this is one of the reasons that we started this beautification thing, is so that we can coordinate volunteers that want to help make improvements to the downtown district or their community, whether it be help picking up a lot or help repainting something or planting flowers, whatever their skill set or whatever their desires are. We will coordinate that volunteer effort and help provide the supplies and materials needed to go through with those projects. So that's what the DDA's role is going to be moving forward, at least with this beautification plan. And encourage and would love the community to get involved. Again, at the davisondda.org webpage, there's a spot that you can volunteer on there. Or we have meetings the third Wednesday of every month. There's actually two meetings. One takes place at 5 o'clock at Journey, the Journey Center right here on Main Street. And that is the committee that does the beautification. So if you want to get involved or find out what you can do to help make improvements, or whether it be volunteer or make suggestions, you're welcome to come to that committee meeting. It's open to the public. And then the board itself meets that same Wednesday, again, the third Wednesday of every month at 6:30 in the basement of City Hall. Again, public is more than welcome. We'd love to hear feedback from the community. That meeting's a little more structured because it's an actual board meeting, but you'll get to hear what we've done, what we're working on, what our goals are, and bring up questions or concerns that you have at that time to the entire board.
Right. And I know when I've been there, you guys have time for public comment and allow people to ask questions or give suggestions. But then I've noticed too, even when a meeting's done, your team is still there even after it's all done to talk to people. So people can come in, and it's a relaxed atmosphere where you can feel like you can come listen and have input and get a chance to play a big role in what's going on downtown. And I love that. I think about your all's meetings. I think that's a nice thing to see. And I think a lot of people just don't know that they can attend these and be part of this process, which is good.
And if nothing else, it's a good opportunity to meet some of the business leaders in the district and some of the decision makers that help decide the direction of the community, and give them your input or hear what some of the plans are.
Yeah. So what is one thing that you have enjoyed most about downtown Davison?
Again, I think it's the community. I think that's pretty much what everyone would answer. How everyone would answer that question is Davison is just a friendly and inviting community. Everybody's there to help one another. You can find pretty much anything you need for a small town, and we're right here helping our neighbors.
I love it. I think that is what I think a lot of people feel, and going downtown or going anywhere in our community, people feeling welcome. And I think that's why we're a draw for people to move here and raise their families. I know that's one reason my wife and I moved here. We know we felt safe. The schools were good. The downtown was starting to grow, and we were ready to start a family here. So it's great to see that. Now, this is the really fun question. I've been able to ask a couple of the DDA members this, and this is just for everyone listening. This is a hypothetical. So, Michael, if you had unlimited funds or resources, what would be the first project you would want to focus on in downtown? So this is a hypothetical, but if unlimited resources.
I think advertising and signage, we would love to, and we've talked about this in the past, of replacing that downtown sign that's by the railroad tracks with something larger and more prominent, and signage more for the businesses. A lot of people that are not from this community has no idea that we have the downtown district. They think of downtown Davison as this stretch along M15. Which again, there's great businesses down M15, but the small mom and pop shops, there's a lot of history on Main Street, and a lot of people that aren't from the community here don't realize that we're even here.
No, I love that idea. I think it would be great. Yeah, when people are driving down Davison Road or M15. I
Hmm.
think any type of ways to advertise, like, hey, come downtown. I don't know what you'd call
Yep.
it, but yeah, I think that's amazing. And it just outside of social media, a lot of times just people driving need to know where things are and enjoy what's downtown. Stop by, get a bite to eat, or know where to go get their electronics repaired, or just to go for a walk. Not too far from downtown is Abernathy Regional Park, and so you'll
Right.
get where you can walk there. Or I know a lot of high school, middle school kids will walk downtown for snacks after school. So it's great to see downtown developing into kind of a hub for
Yep.
everybody.
Yeah, we
Which
actually
is
have on our webpage a list of the businesses just within the downtown district. And this is not a complete list because businesses come and go and there's no official registry for them. But even from this, we have 54 businesses on there that you can look at and search. And people don't realize there's that many businesses just on this downtown Main Street stretch.
yeah, no, that's amazing. I knew there's a lot, but 54, that just shows you that business owners want to be downtown. They want to be in that kind of central hub of the community and just getting people to know more about them. And
Right.
it seems like there's a wide variety too. Like we
Oh, yeah.
said,
Yeah,
restaurants,
we have restaurants,
electronics,
we have
and
retail, clothing, service companies, hair care, legal services, pet care,
I know
vacuum,
there's
the jewelry shop, printing, you name it, you can pretty much find it in the downtown
right.
district.
I know there's like financial help or mortgage
Yep.
advisors and everything. So that's what I think is so fascinating about our downtown is it's such a wide variety that there's something for everybody in downtown Davison. And I love that the focus of the DDA is to promote their businesses, find ways to get people downtown. And I know on a side note, a lot of people know of events down there. Michael, what are some of the events that the
Yeah.
DDA has played a role in? But I know you guys also have a business district event
Yeah.
planning position that helps focus on that as well. So, what are some of those events that downtown
Yeah,
hosts?
absolutely. Again, these are all listed on our webpage. We do the Festival of Flag Parade in June. We do downtown markets the second Saturday during the summer. And this is a new concept for us. So our next one's coming up August 12th. Invite everyone to come down. They're usually set up from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they're down in the Shoppers Alley, which is basically behind Secretary of State. And there's craft vendors there. We're trying to get more of the community farmers to come bring produce. And we're going to be focusing other events around that market probably next year, where we're going to start doing some other things in addition to just the market on those days to draw people downtown. Other than that, we do our trunk and treat. The trunk or treat is coming up on Main Street on October 13th, where we'll have tons of cars lined up giving out candy from their trunk. We've got the Pumpkin Fest, which is our largest event, and that's October 14th. And there'll be vendors, there'll be rides, roller skating rink, pony rides, bounce houses, food trucks, a huge community gathering. Everybody should come to that. And then we do a Christmas on Main Street on December 1st, which we have a lighted parade, and then Main Street with Santa, the Christmas tree lighting. And a lot of our shops get together for that and host things, whether it's cookie decorating contests or hot chocolate. A lot of the different shops put on different things around that as well. And then the next year we have in May, we have spots for the M15 garage sale, that people, if they don't have a spot on M15 that want to be involved in that, can use our parking lots to sell stuff. So we're always open to other ideas. If the community has some ideas for events they would like to see, we would love to hear about that. Or would love to hear if you want to just volunteer to help out at some of the events. We can always use people for that.
Good. I know that we always enjoy the events, but one of my favorite ones to always enjoy is the lighted Christmas parade. I think it's
Yep.
just so fun just to watch that, and you see so many people of all ages just get smiles in their face because it's fun. It's an
And
interesting way for people to be creative and decorate,
and
but then
and it's really nice because you have a ton of businesses coming together for a parade, and they have no interest in promoting their own business. They're just there for the community to put on a light show. And I think that's wonderful that the businesses would turn out in that volume when it has nothing to do with promoting. They're just there for the community's enjoyment. And I think that's wonderful of them to do it.
Yeah. And I know you've mentioned it a few times,
Mhm.
but I definitely want people to realize that they can be involved. So can you remind us again, what is the best way someone could become more involved with
Absolutely.
the DDA?
First step is go to davisondda.org webpage. From there, you can look at our events. You can see what some of the stuff we're doing with the beautification once that gets more started. You can volunteer. You can sponsor events. If you're a business and you want to sponsor an event, that's all on there. If you're a crafter or want to sell something at the market, you can do that right there from the page. Other than the webpage, come to a meeting. Meet the people face to face. We would love to see more community involvement at the meetings, whether that be at our monthly committee meeting where we decide what we're going to do for the events, as well as the beautification that happens at 5 o'clock at Journey, or whether it's the main meeting at 6:30 at City Hall. Again, those are the third Wednesdays of every month. Love to see you there in person.
And I know too, another great way for people to share ideas is, Michael, you own and operate CPR, cell phone repair downtown, and Micah Systems. So people can walk in and not only get some help with something, but can also just say hi and share an idea. So that's another great way. Visit a local business and talk to people downtown.
Yeah, visit us here, and I'll throw out some names without their permission here. So Dave over at Journey is on the board. You're welcome to go bug him. Paul at Elixir is on the board, so you're welcome to stop in there and bug him. So a lot of businesses downtown are involved and would love to have you stop in. Deb has the little jewelry store there across the street from Briarwood, actually across the street from us, that there opens on Fridays and Saturdays. You can stop in and speak with her. She's on the board as well. So a lot of the business owners are on the board and would love to hear from you to pop in.
Good. Michael Barrett, thank you so much for coming on the Community Collective podcast. I always enjoy talking with you. I feel like I learn something new every time, and it's always nice to catch up with you.
Yeah, very good. I appreciate being here.